He's out in the open, out in the open.
Hey, he's
Oh, yo, he jumped. Just nice, he jumped.
I'll throw precision on him.
Striker 3-1, good copy. Strike inbound.
Run. Where's inside lah?
It's a truck. I cracked armor on the truck.
Shots missed.
Hey.
Down the guy in the truck. Down the driver. Oh, bro.
Oh, wait. I finish your kill. I finish your down, I mean. The other guy, get that.
There's a, wait, back up. There's a, I think don't push. No point. Oh, that was nice.
Ooh, Shazzy, all you, man, Shazzy.
There he is. Cracked armor. Ooh, let's go, baby. Hello gamers, welcome back to another episode of Getting Good, and I'm Shazam and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to slay out in Warzone and send your enemies to the gulag like I'm about to send this dude right now. So I've been thinking about the different kinds of formats of content that I want to bring to my viewers, and I know it's been a while since the last episode, but I've really been struggling to provide you with something that's not just unique but also valuable. I understand that there are a lot of content creators out there that can drop 30, 40, 50 bombs. They can basically kill everybody with any gun that they have. And the truth is that I'm probably never going to be as good as them or kill as many people as them. So how else can I create videos or content that people would want to watch or find value in seeing? So that's the reason why the Getting Good series came out, and I call it a series even though there's only one video on that, but there's going to be more to come, and I'm thinking of doing commentaries for maybe all of my videos going forward, and that's something that I need feedback from you from. And the reason why we want to do commentaries is because anybody that searches up a YouTube video on a game or on Warzone, and I'm talking about you, you're probably a player yourself. And what does that mean? That means that you're obviously trying to win the game. So how else can I help you to win the game other than I just showing you a video of me playing 15 minutes, dropping 6 to 7 kills and finishing third probably isn't going to do much for you. So the next best thing I can do is try and share with you some skills or something that I know about, something that might help you, or something that maybe you've never heard before. So that's what this series is about. So just as with the previous Getting Good video, the format is going to be the same in that we're going to be focusing on the thought process that goes behind the gameplay, the decision making, and finally about the rotations. But specifically for today's video, what I want to do is look into two areas. First of all, being the looting and the prep phase, which entails the start of the game all the way until you get your first loadout. And number two, I want to talk about what the role of a sniper is in Warzone or in a battle royale or in your squad. Where do you fit in if you snipe? And maybe you don't snipe, and maybe your friends snipe. But anyway, so this video is going to be mostly me talking, and instead of you watching a video of me playing the game and listening to me talk shit with my friends, you get to hear me talking shit to myself instead. So in the looting and prep phase at the start of the game, what you're seeing in the background right now, everybody does this. Everybody drops in, everybody loots, everybody buys a loadout. But how can you optimize the way that you're looting, the places that you choose to drop in, and what happens from the start until you get your loadout? And why is it important? Why does this change or potentially have an impact on the result of the game? So I think there are a few key items that you need to think about when choosing where to drop in, where you want to loot. So first of all, you consider where the first circle is. So the flight path in reference to where the zone is going to be, in reference to where you want to land.
Because I have one.
And second of all, you always want to look out for a place that has a buy station, right? So the presence of a buy station allows for you to get a loadout. If you don't have a loadout, you don't have your own guns, you are naturally at a disadvantage compared to somebody else in the game who has their loadout. And next, you want to think about dropping into an area that has a high or rather high number of chests or loot boxes so that you will increase the chances of you being able to get your loadout. If you land into an area that doesn't have enough, if you land into, you know, the very top of dam or in the corner of the map and you don't have enough money to have a loadout, you're going to be running across the map with ground loot, which means that not only are you going to, you know, take really long to get your loadout, but you're going to be at disadvantage to anybody else that has their loadout. And obviously you can wait for the free loadout that comes in after the first circle, but again, you'd be definitely disadvantaged either by having a ghost and one primary weapon or overkill and no ghosts, where as opposed to if you did have enough money to buy a loadout, then you'd have both, right? And then the next thing that I want to talk about is how familiar you are with the drop zone. So as you can tell from my videos, I drop into airport a lot. I spend a lot of time on the airport roof, and that's not just because I'm a smelly camper, but that's also because dropping into the same place tens or hundreds or even 1,000 times helps you to become familiar with the place, and then this allows you to increase the chances of your survival early on in the game, even when you don't have your loadout. So thinking about where are the impenetrable covers, whether there's enough space for you to run around and try and outplay your opponent if there's an opponent. These are the types of things that go into increasing your success in getting your loadout and therefore increasing your chances of winning the game. So second of all, I want to talk about what is the role of a sniper in a squad or in Warzone, be it solos, duos, trios, or quads. And in this game, my teammate Bang and I are both sniping, and we, at least for the 10 minutes of this gameplay video, actually work very well as two snipers in this game. And in the next, or in this gunfight, you're gonna see why. Right, so now we know that there's a squad nearby. We finished this one, and we're about to run into another one. And just pay attention to how we take on this fight and how we end up overcoming our opponents in this one. Right, so I'm just basically being a loot whore right now, while Bang is able to identify the guys that we're looking at. I get a down very quickly, and Bang gets down. I throw out an airstrike immediately and start the res on him. Once that's complete, my precision strike takes out one opponent, and now that it's 2v1, I decide to push while Bang continues to snipe after picking up. So I see the guy as I jump over the wall, Bang downs him, and I run in to finish the kill. So what went well? Obviously, we hit our shots, we downed our opponents. I had the airstrike, which gave me, you know, an advantage over the opponent. But I think what's the more important part is the second half of the fight, where I pushed and Bang sniped the guy. And why this is important is because the role of a sniper is meant to give your team an advantage when fighting against another squad. If you down one guy and or eliminate that guy, a 4v4 becomes a 3v4, a 2v2 becomes a 2v1, and that obviously helps your team to win the gunfight. I mean, here's obviously assuming that both or all parties are equally skilled, right? And there will be anomalies to that, but what we're focusing on is how you can contribute as a sniper to your team, how you can help to win gunfights and eventually win the game. So as a sniper, and here's what I recommend to other people that are learning to snipe or are trying to improve their sniping, is to play duos. And duos is my favorite game mode. And I'm saying this not because it's my favorite game mode, but here's why I think that duos makes the most sense, right? So why not solos? In solos, if you're running a sniper, it also means that you are usually running a secondary that works best in the close to mid-range, because the sniper offers you the long range, and not everybody is comfortable pushing a building, carrying the sniper, locking onto the body at head and trying to down your opponent one shot. But And if you're playing solos with a sniper and like what I'm doing right now, MP7, you start to realize that even though the MP7 is excellent at medium range and the Kar98 is amazing at long range, when you're close range or when you're basically firing someone,
All you, man, Jesse.
your MP7 is almost always gonna lose to a Mac 10 or MP5 even up close. The TTK of the MP7 is just not competitive, and this makes it difficult for for you or a sniper that's not either confident in their gun skill or not skilled in their gun skill to usually be at a disadvantage compared to your opponent that's running a AR SMG or a shotgun AR. And so with at least with a partner with a duos, you'd at least have someone that you could get to run a close range option while you're running an MP7 and a Kar98 or a RAM7 and Kar98. So why not trios and quads? The reason why I find duos to be the most effective for sniping is because when you down someone in duos, it becomes a 2v1, which means that the threat of your opponent has been reduced by 50%. And it's more effective than if you're in trios and quads because 3v4 is not as easy to take as a 1v2, right? I mean, that being said, it's not impossible, but again, this is really just my recommendation on how to improve as quickly as possible. And also, get comfortable with sniping in general in filling the position of a sniper in this team game. So now going back to the role of a sniper, right? So gaining an advantage by finishing or downing one of your opponents is basically down one and push, right? It's always down one and push, down two and push. So let's break that down, right? Downing one. This obviously means that you have to hit your shot. If you don't hit your shot, not only do you not help your team gain an advantage, but your team might even be at a disadvantage because now your opponents have 4 people shooting back at you, while your team has 4 people and one guy, which is you, who is missing your shots. So obviously, if you don't hit your shots, you're just not gonna be effective. So I mean, I guess that goes without saying. And the second thing is basically pushing, right? So down one and push. So pushing is really the area where I see people make the most common mistakes as a sniper, because after they down one, they manage to finish down or finish one, they stay way back and try and snipe the second guy or the third guy, and basically what happens is either the fight goes into a building and you're too far away and your team goes from 3v3 to 2v3 to 1v3 to your whole team is wiped out and you are 200 meters away on top of a building. And what happens next is usually that the sniper opens their map, searches for a helicopter and a most wanted contract. So you definitely don't want to be that sniper. You don't want to be the guy that, yeah, you get occasionally 1 or 2 good shots, you down an opponent, but your team is always having to fight that 3v4 or that 3v3 rather than the 4v3 that you're supposed to be fighting. So you have to push aggressively to an extent, right? I mean, obviously, you and your whole team can just camp on a rooftop, but ultimately, that's not gonna help you improve as a player or as a sniper. So that's not what I recommend doing. But anyway, so that kind of brings us to the end of this video, just in time for you to see me get slapped in the gulag. But until the next one, I hope you guys have something, take away something or learn something from this video. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like. If you're not already subscribed, I really appreciate the support. And if nothing else, I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace out.